One of the most intriguing and fascinating aspects with the Ahsoka series premiere was, in my opinion, the credits. It may seem basic, but the map and the mysterious text in an ancient language sparked my curiosity, and I immediately wanted to learn more. I'm not going to act like I spent the time to decode all of these words. Credit for that goes to AJNeb97 on Reddit, but I do want to go through and break down each translation and what it may mean for the rest of the series, if anything. As many probably expected, the credit sequence is a look at a star map similar to the one Elsbeth opens in the second episode, revealing Thrawn's location. So, all of these words found in the credits are different planet names, some familiar, some not. The first two planets translated are Arcana and Irini. Arcana is a new planet that was introduced in the first episode of the series, where the map leading to Thrawn's location was uncovered by Ahsoka. It's an ancient Night Sister stronghold, and based on what we've seen from it already, my guess is that we're done with that location. It doesn't offer much else of value that we're aware of, and I don't think it being nuked by the HK droids is going to make any of the characters eager to return there. Irini is a planet we haven't heard of yet. It may be a part of the credits simply because of its close proximity to Arcana, but because it is a new planet, my guess is that we'll see it later on in the series, or in another series during this era. The next planets are Corellia, Lothal, and Mandalore, all familiar planets that appeared throughout Star Wars Rebels, the precursor to the Ahsoka series. Corellia wasn't known for much, other than housing a few criminal syndicates, a temporary Rebel Alliance base, and its close relation to Lothal. Lothal, which we've already seen introduced into live action in this series, was the main setting for Rebels and the homeworld of Ezra Bridger. Now that Sabine and Ahsoka have joined together to find Ezra, I don't know how much more of a role Lothal may serve until the finale perhaps. Mandalore is another familiar location where Mandalorian Sabine Wren comes from. I don't think this series will dive into her past enough to warrant a visit to Mandalore, but it is worth noting that the third season of The Mandalorian is taking place concurrently with this series, so it's possible that Din and Bo-Katan are in that region of the galaxy at this point in time. There's also a Lothwolf in this frame, a species native to Lothal that proved helpful against the Rebels' fight against the Empire. The next group of planets contains Agamar, Yavin, and Dathomir, three more planets that appeared in Rebels. Agamar was only included in one episode, where Ezra, Kanan, and Rex discovered stranded battle droids that believed the Clone War was still raging on in the galaxy. A location I don't think will be important at all to this series. Yavin is well known as the system housing the Rebel base from A New Hope. Although it has a deep importance to the Alliance, I don't think it's something the New Republic or Sabine and Ahsoka would be concerned with. Dathomir, on the other hand, may be of some importance to the series after the reveal in the premiere that Morgan Elsbeth is a Night Sister. Dathomir is also where Sabine came upon the Darksaber, which is a time in her life that makes sense to be mentioned as she now trains under Ahsoka to be a Jedi and wield a lightsaber. The next frame includes the planets Corellia, Duro, Kedonomoidia, Pisana, and the Corellian Run. Corellia has already appeared in the second episode of the series as Ahsoka and Hera visit the planet's shipyards to investigate Elsbeth's assets, where they learn that the remaining Imperial loyalists have been helping her construct a massive vessel known as the Eye of Sion. The rest of the planets are more than likely added because of their vicinity and name recognition. Pisana was introduced in The Rise of Skywalker as the location where Ochi of Bestoon went searching for Rey, before ultimately meeting his demise. We're still a good bit of time before those events, so I don't see that planet being important at all. Duro was a mostly depopulated planet, but it was conquered by the Yuzong Vong after the New Republic tried to make it habitable. That didn't happen until about 20 years later on in Legends, but much of this era seems to be inspired by Legends, mainly the Thrawn trilogy of stories, so it's something worth noting. Kedonomoidia was another planet conquered during the Vong's campaign, and appeared multiple times throughout the Clone Wars, but it is another location that doesn't have any significance related to this series. Coruscant is the next planet included in the credits, set at what definitely looks to be the center of the star map. Although it does appear that the New Republic will play a significant role in the series, the capital for the new government is set on Chandrila at this point. However, the series could choose to catch up with Dr. Pershing and Elia Kane, Imperials that we saw rehabilitating on Coruscant during The Mandalorian Season 3. It would also just be really nice to see Coruscant in live action again, and it's a place that Ahsoka has a deep connection to, growing up in the Jedi Temple there. If it comes to the point where they seek some sort of knowledge or artifact related to their quest, the former Jedi Temple may not be a bad place to go. The next planet in the credits is Cedos, which was newly introduced to us in the Ahsoka premiere. The planet also has the design of a Purrgil encircling it, signifying the planet's special role as a pathway to this distant galaxy that the Purrgil are connected to. Although the planet on the far right here was incapable of being translated completely, Odin is interesting in that it sounds and is spelled very similar to the Norse god Odin. The reason this is interesting is because both Skoll and Hati are names that come from Norse mythology. Two wolves, one that chases the sun, and the other the moon. With their inspiration coming from Norse mythology, it's possible that the planet Odin has some connection to these two characters. The last translated planet is Corellia, which is set on the very edge of the star map, signifying that it is the farthest known location in the known galaxy on their way to Thrawn's location. It's far too early to know what any of these inclusions mean for sure. There are a lot of planets located nearby these, so there was a conscious decision to choose these over others. Maybe we'll visit them, or they have a significant connection to some of these characters. We'll just have to wait and see. What have you thought of the Ahsoka series so far? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for coverage of the Ahsoka series as a new episode premieres every week. And remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.